We're going to do just a little bit of conditional formatting using Excel. And Excel has this feature, conditional formatting, so we'll go through that. If it meets a certain condition, you can make it a certain color or something like that. So here I've got some grades. Let's go color. I've got students' grades at the end of the semester, and I want to look at these. And I probably, if it's an A or a B, I want it to be green. If it's a C or a D, maybe a yellow. And if it's F, then that will probably be red. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at these, and the color actually, we'll put it on the number. I'm going to park this right here on grade, and then I'm going to go to, in my home tab, conditional formatting, and do a drop down. And highlight cells for rules. Let's do greater than. We're going to do, first of all, greater than, a 79. That's 80 through 100. So greater than 79 is going to be green. So if I do greater than, and then put a 79 in here, and that defaults to red, notice the red up here, I'm going to make that green because that's good. And I'll go, okay. Whoops, you know what? There's one thing I forgot. I need to select all of my data because I want to apply that rule to all of these. So now I do my conditional formatting. Top one, greater than 79, and that's going to be green. So there's my greens. Of course, I got to type 79 properly. Okay, so greater than 79 is green. And now that you notice I have some greens here. Now I want to do, say, less than 60 would be a red. That's in the 50s. So that's my F. So I have to select all of my data, and I'll show you why, but always select all of your numbers, conditional formatting. We're going to do again, this one, and then we'll pick the less than. And we're going to say less than 60, which would be 59 and below. That's going to be red, so we'll leave that like that. And I move off of here, and now I have one red. So nobody else has failed. But we do have some D's and C's, and we'll just make those yellows. So again, I select all of my data. And I can go to my conditional formatting, highlight cells rules, and we will go between. And that's anything, here's my low number, my high number. So anything between 60 and 79, and that's going to be yellow. Notice everything always defaults to red, so we're going to make that yellow. And again, all of the cells are selected. I want to apply these rules to all of them. So I go, okay. Now I've got my greens, my yellows, my red. And the reason I apply this to all of these rules is, what if I go look at B and I say, you know what? I made a mistake. That is not a 96. That's a 56. There. Fix that. And it changes it to red as it is. So that's why you always select all of the cells. The next one I'm going to do is a little if statement, and you can see it here. By the way, don't be afraid to use your pause button. Stop and pause, because we're going to do an if, and then we're going to do something on top of that. So greater than equal to 60. So I'm going to get rid of that. So I'm going to do an equals if. So equal if, and then I do a left paren, and equals if, and then logical test. Well, if my number 93, so I click where that 93 is, and it puts the cell in there. And I go greater than equal to 59, comma, and then I don't do any spacing. I do a quote, pass, quote, comma, quote, fail. I'll put a single quote, need a double quote in there. Quote, close the parentheses. So if J2, anything greater than an F, greater than 59, it's a pass, otherwise it's a fail. And we did ifs and others. So we're going to get a word in there. Now I'm just going to copy this down. So I can do that two ways. I can go to my lower right hand corner, and I can double click, and it will copy it down. Or I'm going to reverse back the other way. Another way, I can go to my lower right hand corner, and I can left click, hold, and drag, and it copies it down. Either way, I copy it down. So now I've got pass and fail. And now I've got another little feature I want to do here. If I go to conditional formatting, it has, if I can find it, yeah. As I go down to here, my highlight again, text that contains. So I'm going to click on that one. Up, and I made a mistake again. I've got to select all of these. So I just click in the center of any of that, left click, hold, and drag down to highlight all of my cells. Conditional formatting, highlight cells rules, text that contains. So if it contains the word pass, then I want that to be green. And I can go OK. And now I've got the green ones. So I want to select these all again and do the conditional formatting, highlight, text that contains, fail. And it doesn't, don't worry about caps, but we'll put fail in there, and that's going to be red. I go, okay. And so now I've got a nice graphic, a visual display. Again, the reason I chose all of these is if I check this, during this 96, I go, oh, that was a mistake. That's a 26. It makes it fail because of the if statement, and it turns it to red because the word fail is in there. So that's the conditional formatting, and that will get you started on it. From there on, use Google and YouTube because there are a lot more of those out there.